Hello and welcome to Real Biz and SL. I'm your host, Cybergirl O, and today we're going to visit a build for the World Bank Group's Doing Business team in Second Life. But before we meet our guest, remember to tune in to Metanomics every Monday at 12 p.m. SLT and Real Biz taping live at 2 p.m. SLT for the best of business news and information only on slcn.tv. And if you're in World while we're taping live on Mondays, stop by Athena Isle for a live screening of Real Biz with host Crispot Gears. Our guest today is Dahlia Khalifa, Senior Private Sector Development Specialist of the World Bank Group. Well, hello, Dahlia, and welcome to the show.
Hi, Cybergirl. Thank you for having me.
Well, for anyone who doesn't happen to know, what is the World Bank?
Well, the World Bank is an international organization whose mission is to alleviate poverty around the world. And that's what we do here at Doing Business in our own way, and I'm sure we'll talk about that later on.
So you are part of, well, your title is Senior Private Sector Development Specialist. Can you elaborate a little bit on what kinds of things you do?
Sure. Well, one of the main principles of the World Bank Group is that alleviating poverty has a lot to do, or is basically premised on the idea of creating jobs. And the engine of growth for creating jobs is the private sector, primarily small and medium-sized businesses around the world. And that's what we at Doing Business are focused on, and that is working to identify those obstacles in the regulatory environments that keep small and medium-sized businesses from being able to do business. What my title is, Senior Private Sector Development Specialist, is that really is what I focus on. That is private sector development. And perhaps we can talk a little bit more at my office if you want.
Sure, absolutely. Let's take a look.
So here we are.
Lovely little office you have here. So here's the sign, Doing Business 2009. Is that also the name of an initiative that you have here in Second Life?
Well, the Doing Business 2009 is the sixth annual report that we publish here, and this is our second year that we've launched this report in Second Life. So I'm really happy that we're able to do this. It's very exciting for us. Last year was quite an interesting effort and initiative for us. It's the first time that the World Bank has actually gone into Second Life, and Doing Business saw Second Life as a great opportunity to reach out to new audiences.
So that was really the idea in terms of getting into Second Life last year, was to expand your reach, and obviously something has worked because you've come back this year. What were some of the things that you learned from last year's initiative and coming into this year's project?
Well, we traditionally, every year when we launch our report, we have a series of roadshow events where we try to reach audiences. Sometimes we get 50 people in a room, sometimes 100, sometimes even 200. The exciting thing about Second Life is that last year we had 700 people in the room and another 1,000 watching and listening. So it was really the biggest event we've ever had, and we're keen to try to recreate the magic. So we're trying it for the second time here on Second Life.
Well, when somebody comes here, a Second Life resident, and comes to visit the office, what kinds of things can they see or do here? Is this specifically for meetings with you that are arranged by appointment, or how are you utilizing this office space?
Well, we can have meetings here to learn more about what we do at Second Life. You can ask questions, what Doing Business is all about, how it is that we measure regulation in the 181 countries that we operate in. And so that's really, it's an opportunity for us to, give out some information about who we are and what we do, because, doing business, which is, while it's an annual report, it's not really clear to everybody what it is that we do or why it is that we do it. So coming here, meeting us in my office, gives an opportunity for people to learn more.
Well, let's take a look at the rest of the build, and you can sort of explain all the different details in terms of how you are putting forth this initiative.
Sure, let's do that. Let me take you to a really nice interactive map that we have that will give you a little bit more of an idea about what it is that we do here at Doing Business.
Okay, and I'll do my best to keep up. I tend to bump into walls and bushes and things like that.
That's
but
okay. It's not easy getting Second Life legs.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, nice. Very nice map. Now, what is this all about?
Well, what you see there, all these little balloons and colors, basically is the 181 countries that we cover in this report. And what we do is, in doing business, is we look at the laws and regulations in countries, and we sort of rank countries from 1 to 181 based on the ease of doing business. So where is it easy to do business? Where is it less so? Where is it difficult to do business? And the colors you see there on the map represent 3 levels of difficulty for doing business. Green basically means it's easy to do business here. Orange, basically means it's still not, it's easy to do business, but not the easiest. And red is it's more difficult to do business here. And that's really those colors that you see there. And when you actually go and click on the various balloons there for each of these countries, you learn a little bit more about doing business in each country. So it's a way for getting more detailed information. You want to know what it's like to do business in Madagascar, you can go click on the balloon there. And so on for all the 181 countries.
Oh, that's really great. Yeah, because I can see it's clickable. The map is clickable. So you're saying that each one of those balloons will then present a Second Life resident with a different note card of explanation. Oh, actually, it's a different page on the website.
Exactly. That's exactly it. It'll take you to our website, and you'll learn a little bit more about that country from our website.
I got it. Well, we've got a lovely build behind us. Why don't we just take a little stroll through the build, and you can tell us some other places and things that residents can see here.
Sure. Let's go to the cafe. That's a fun place to be. You can come, sit, relax, perhaps have a little bit of a refreshment, and while you're sitting there and learning more about doing business, you can, for example, you can find reports on the tables where you can learn a little bit more. But also you see these laptops which take you to our website, and there you can find a wealth of information. Not only do you find our past reports from the past 6 years, but also for this year's report, you'll find an overview in several languages. You'll find the data for doing business for 181 countries. We have regional profiles. We have country profiles. We also have a law library, and we just introduced a couple weeks ago a very new initiative called the Gender Law Library, the Doing Business Gender Law Library, which lets users learn more about the laws and regulations in 181 countries that differentiate between men and women in their ability to do business. Now, this is the first time that this has ever been done in, to have all of these laws and regulations in one area. The idea is to let people see how laws and regulations actually differentiate between men and women and make it more difficult oftentimes for women to do business. One of the basic premises of doing business is that in order to make it easy for everyone has to have equal access and equal treatment under the law. And so this is one thing that we're excited about having launched. And you can find this and a lot of other stuff on our website at these laptops here.
Excellent. So in a sense, a lot of these stations are gateways to the site where there's a wealth of information.
Indeed,
so you're giving them a comfortable environment to sit and relax and also do some research and information gathering.
Sure, and maybe meet other people there so that you can chat and have, learn, ask each other questions and, discover new areas that you want to explore.
Now, you actually have a physical event, so depending on when people are watching this show, they'll either be able to attend the event live or they will have missed it. So let's very clearly let people know when the event is and take a look at some of the staging for this event.
Sure. The main event in which we're going to really launch this in Second Life is on October 30th, and that's going to be at 11 a.m. SLT, which is 2 p.m. EST, Eastern Time. So I hope that everybody will come and join. We'd like this year to be just as successful, actually more successful than last year, if that's possible. And we invite you all to attend. So that's October 30th, 11 a.m. SLT.
So you're going to be having some happenings here.
Yes, and that's it. This is the stage where it's all going to happen, and this is where we want everybody to come and join us. It's as you can see, it is going to be a PowerPoint presentation, where, as you can see it there, which we will be going through the main results of this report. We're going to highlight where it's easiest to do business in the world, where it's more difficult to do business, what regions are reforming faster than others. We're going to tell you who are the top 10 reforming economies in the world. Lots of exciting stuff, lots of stuff that countries are now competing with one another to improve on, and it's all going to be here on October 30th on this stage right there.
Now you also have, is that going to be a panelist? It seems like it's a panelist table over there, or is that just seating for the speakers?
Well, yes, we're going to have actually, this event's going to be moderated, so I'll be joined by a colleague of mine, Ryan, who will be there, and it's going to be us sitting there. Ryan will make sure that I stay on track. He'll accept the questions from the audience and make sure that I respond and don't sort of try to dodge any questions. So he'll keep me on track there.
And so how long is this event going to last? It starts at 11 a.m. SLT on October 30th, 2008, and the duration is?
2 hours. 2 hours. I'll be talking for a while, and then everybody will get an opportunity to ask questions. And I hope people come with some very hard ones for me to keep me on my toes.
Well, we'll get to some of the people who may be asking you some of the hardball questions in a moment. But over here, there's a schedule. So this is where residents, even right now, can come and take a look at what's happening. So it breaks it down.
Yeah, we have a lot of activity coming up. So, right now we're on the Real Biz show. And tomorrow,
there it is. It's on the schedule.
There you go. We couldn't forget it. And then tomorrow we actually have a press day. In a little while, I'm going to take you over to our press room, where we'll be tomorrow and on the day of the launch, October 30th, taking questions from media. That's going to be tomorrow. Then on October 29th, we have a very exciting event. We're going to be hosting some real popular singers on Second Life. As you can see there's Aidan Crew, Cylindrian
Rutabaga,
excuse me, and Maximilian Clean. And so all the action is going to be here on October 29th, and we hope people come and enjoy that fun. And then we come to the main event on October 30th, as I said, 11 a.m. SLT, and we'll have the main event and questions and an ability to meet with people one-on-one as well.
So as people, I've stepped right off the platform. Here we go. At least there's no water in there, because typically that is sort of my trademark, falling into bodies of water, but I'm safe here.
No, we'd write it all up for you.
So here we've also got a couple of kiosks. In fact, I've seen kiosks placed around the build. What can residents find out at these kiosks specifically?
Well, we want to make access to our information as easy and as fun as we possibly could think of. So what you can see at any one of these kiosks is, first of all, there's a Doing Business website, but we've also are very keen in doing business to use as many social outreach mechanisms as possible. And for example, so we were in Second Life last year, and then our great team here decided to put us on Facebook. So, we're happy if people can join us and become friends of the Doing Business Facebook page. We have almost 3,000, I understand, at latest count. We also have our own blog, which has been going strong for the past year, and you can learn more about it here at the kiosk and look at and check it out. But we also give you access to many reports, including our past reports, the overview of this report, some country and regional profiles, and then we have some fun stuff. So you can see there that you can take a quiz and actually earn up to 500 lindens if you answer 3 questions correctly. And so that's something we want people to learn more about. You know, it's really simple questions. If you look at our website, you should be able to find them. Like, for example, which country reformed the most, and where is it easiest to start a business? Which economy ranks lowest on the ease of doing business? Those are the 3 magic questions, and if people can answer them, they get the 500 lindens. And then we have some freebies, and we invite people to come and enjoy some of those as well. You know, we have a mug, T-shirt, a laptop, all DB branded, and please come and take some of those freebies with you.
Well, that answers one of my burning questions in every show. What are the freebies? So when residents come here, always wanting to know, can they get a little something to take away with them? Now, how long will this build be up? Because your event is only going to be over the next couple of days. How long will everything be up so residents can still visit?
To the end of the year, so that's December 31st. Everything goes away on New Year's Day.
Okay, well that's good to know. So in case somebody decides to come visit in the new year, they'll know why there is nothing left here.
Exactly.
Okay, and now we did mention media, and you mentioned that some people may be asking you, or you'd like people to ask you some of the harder, tougher questions. Well, I figure you'll get those tougher questions from some media. So let's take a look at what you've got going for the press. Now, we
want to make it as comfortable and as hospitable as possible, so we have our own little press room that, you know, people can come and ask us questions, and if you follow me, I'll show it to you.
Now, when we talk about the media, are you talking real-world media and Second Life media, or specifically Second Life media? I mean, what is your outreach, and who are you anticipating to be here, because tomorrow is your press day?
Well, both, actually. We've already had a lot of pre-interviews with both Real World and Second Life, and we hope that we'll be able to meet some more tomorrow at our press day here in this room. Once again, you can see all around you all of the upcoming events, the dates and everything. You also find the kiosks. Find laptops on the conference table where media can come and get more information. They can actually come and pick up a copy of the report, the overview of the report, right there on the conference table. Just by going there, you'll be able to download a copy of the overview, and you find also more information on the tables. There's the world map again, where you can get more information on countries. And so we hope that there's enough here to keep the media interested and to keep the questions coming. And last but not least, we want everybody to feel satisfied, not only with their questions, but also with some refreshments.
Well, I actually had wandered over to the refreshment table already because, you know, as a journalist, I'm always hungry and always looking for the free food. Not to insult my fellow journalists, because I'm sure they're all here just for the news. But I figured I might as well try a little something here.
Please help yourself. We have cake, coffee, fruit, the works.
Yeah, I think a little slice of cake will do. So, okay. For your press day, it's an invitation to press to come here. Is there going to be an actual press conference, a formal press conference, or is it just all day it's going to be open to the press? I mean, what do you have planned for the press day? Yes.
Well, on the press day, it's going to be it's a limited time. And there's a press release, a 1-hour period, as you can see there on the board. And there's a press release. Media will be invited into the room. I'll make a few remarks, and then I'm going to be joined by a colleague of mine, Rebecca Ong, who will be taking questions from media with me. Okay.
Well, I am now holding a slice of cake a little bit precariously, I believe, and I did pick up a little cup of espresso as well. Now it's actually time for 5 questions in 5 minutes. So we're going to go on a quick commercial break as I'm sipping away at my espresso. And we will be back shortly to ask you some of those tough questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Hi, we are ready for 5 questions in 5 minutes with our guest today, Dahlia Khalifa, Senior Private Sector Development Specialist of the World Bank Group. Are you ready, Dahlia?
Yes, I am, I guess.
She doesn't know what to expect.
Yeah, well, not
promise,
at all.
I promise the hot seat won't get too hot, just hot enough. We're going to start with question number 1. Investment. What kind of investment is your company making in Second Life?
Well, it's partly we're experimenting. Actually, we're learning. We're finding our legs in a new medium. We're extending our partnerships. For example, this set is being built by someone we've just developed a partnership with, and that is This Second Marketing. And the contact person there is Joni West. So shout out to Joni West.
Yes, she's a good friend of the show's.
Oh, great. And she's actually set this beautiful setup for us, so that's one investment. But overall, we're just trying to create new mediums. So that's the kind of investment that we're looking at here.
So question number 2 is ROI. What kind of return on your investment are you seeing? Obviously, your event has not happened yet. You do have some previous experience from last year, but what kind of return are you seeing so far?
Well, one of the main ways of getting our report to achieve its objective is to get the message out. And so the way to get the message out is to reach as many people as possible. And, Second Life is giving us that opportunity. So global outreach is the kind of return that we're looking for. Last year we had 700 residents and 1,000 others listening in. And, that's some massive outreach. We don't get that kind of outreach with our normal real-life events that usually cater to about 50 to 150 people. So this is a major return that we're looking for. Last year, we had an indication that this was a good place to be, and we hope to repeat it this year.
So that actually leads us right to question number 3, measurement. What are the metrics that you're using to evaluate your Second Life initiative?
Well, one metric obviously is event attendance. We also like to make sure that there is a nice mix of those attending, like media, other professionals working in the international development arena. But mostly we just want to get different people coming and attending our events, not just talking to governments, not just talking to other professionals, but just everyday people who may be interested in starting a business, who may want to learn more about what laws and regulations can do or don't do for them. So it's sort of just those are the kind of people we would like to have to reach with this message.
Well, did you have do you know if you had freebies last year? Because I often think that freebies give you a little bit of a soft indicator in terms of interaction and participation. But did you have them last year, and did a lot of people take them if you did?
Well, no, we didn't. And so we do this year, and we're hoping that will bring in more people. This is a learning curve. Last year was our first experiment with this. As we go into our second year and as we develop stronger partnerships on Second Life, such as with the Second Marketing, with yourself, we're learning more about how we can reach a wider and greater number of people. So freebies is definitely on our list this year. We've got 3 of them, as talked about before. That's the DB mug, the DB T-shirt, and a DB laptop. So you can come and get it right here.
Well, question number 4. Bottom line, is it worth being in Second Life?
Well, that really depends on what your objectives are. I mean, people are going to say, are those that you're talking to in Second Life the kind of people, the people you need to be talking to about development and alleviating poverty? And my answer is yes. Everybody's concerned with these kinds of issues, and so if the more that we can reach people on Second Life, makes it very much worth it. So that's our objective: reaching out to greater number of people and different kind of people, and that's what you can do on Second Life.
Well, I have to say that I do agree that the demographic on Second Life is probably a very coveted demographic and just the right kind for your purpose. I mean, it's certainly a mix of business owners and academics, median age ranging in the 30s, the people who are actually active and aware, a little bit more global. So it seems to me like you could potentially really reach your objectives here.
You well said it better than me. I mean, that's exactly the point. We want more and more people to hear our message and to talk about it and to pass it on. And to the extent that we can reach, thinkers, business people, academia, media, and we can do it, exponentially on Second Life, that makes it very much worth it.
Well, that leads us to the last question, number 5, time. How much longer do you plan to be in SL?
Well, I think, last year was our first, event here. This is our second, and I think that, as we learn more and more about Second Life and its potential and the people that we can reach, I think we're going to be here. It's going to be a steady part of our outreach calendar every year, and so I would invite you to stay tuned to next year's event. But first, let's deal with this year's event on October 30th at 11 a.m. SLT. And we're here, and we hope to be part of Second Life permanently.
Well, I do have to say that if the build is going away as of the beginning of 2009, it probably is a good idea to keep a little bit of a presence here so that people can still interact with you and you still have some branding. It's just a little idea from the sidelines, from the Real Biz host, but hopefully you will continue your very important work in Second Life and in the real world.
Thank you, Cybergirl. In fact, that is exactly what we're considering doing. We want to, we're looking into how we can be here permanently and not just doing business. The World Bank Group is a very big organization, and how we can bring in other parts of this organization to Second Life as well. We're considering all of those options because this is an important place to be.
Well, thank you so much for the tour and for getting real in our hot seat. This is Cybergirl O for Real Biz and SL. See you next time.
Bye-bye.